take twice, sometimes 3 times the amount of time as most typical dog trainers do in our training process for good reason. A lot of people that like to stick to these like 10-day and 2-week long board and trains, you pretty much have to jump right to enforcing commands in the first couple days to be able to get through everything, especially if it's like a 2-week board and train where you're promising off-leash obedience in 14 days. You got to start enforcing stuff pretty quick, or you're not going to have time to get through everything. I like to take my time, do things right, bring the dogs up to the proper starting line before we start even trying to teach them how to do the commands that we want to. This first stage of teaching is so crucial. It is the foundation for everything else we're going to do. The better the dogs understand the commands that we're teaching them and how to perform them and how we want them to perform them, the better they're going to be able to do it under intense amounts of distraction later on. All these dogs are here because they have some type of issue at home that is preventing the owners from living with them the way that they want to, whether it's human or dog aggression, reactivity, insecurity, anxiety, you name it. The obedience training that we are teaching is simply the skills that we're going to be using to teach the dogs how to handle those situations. Your typical dog trainer's approach to getting rid of behavior problems at home is simply to try to punish the problem away. That approach is really problematic in the real world because you're looking at it, the problem, the wrong way. You're looking at the symptom of the problem, not the actual cause of it. What I prefer to do is develop a communication system that the dog is so proficient at, so expertly skilled at, so that we can use that to teach them what they're supposed to do instead in some of these moments. So if I have a dog that's reactive to other dogs, I want to be able to tell them, no, don't bark and lunge at that dog, but do this instead. When you're presented with this challenge, with this stressful thing, with this trigger moment, I want the dog to know what to do instead, and more importantly, how to feel about that situation. Good. Yes. Yes. Cannon here went through my puppy program prior to coming, so he's a little bit ahead of some of the other dogs, but he is still a very strong-willed, independent type of dog. Down, like some bird dogs can be. Yes, it's not a bad thing, just who they are. So this process, okay, let's do that again. This process is going to teach him how to listen and defer to his owners, yes, and show impulse control when his genetics try to take over. If they want to go, take him for an off-leash hike or something, they need to be able to make sure that they can get through to him and get him to come back to them when he's called or sit and stay. Yes, even when he sees wildlife and birds and things like that, that his genetically hardwired instincts, yes, are going to tell him to want to go get. Good. Up. Good. Down. Down. You got it. Yes. You're getting a little big for that one platform, huh? Okay. Heel. Almost. These platforms are nice for teaching. Yes. It gives the dog a very specific target, and I can manipulate some stuff. Heel. It's like if he's sitting crooked, yes, I can push onto the platform a little bit. Heel. Start to build some muscle memory for, yes, how I want the command to look. When we are out of the training room and we are outside in the real world, heel. If I tell him to heel, that's exactly where you get. Yes, good boy. Let's go. Yes. Major also went through the puppy program. Man, he is a super fun little guy. Very impulsive, as a lot of the doodles tend to be. Look at him guessing. Okay, when they guess, I'm not going to reward that. I want to reward clear responses to a prompt, whether that's me guiding him with the food into a command, Yes. Or, okay. Sit. Nope, over here. Nope. Sit. Yes. Again, this is why we take some extra time in our program, so we can take the time to actually make sure that the dog is listening and responding to the correct prompts. If he's running around doing all this stuff like he's doing right now, he's not paying attention. Let's go. He's happy to be here. Good. Heel. Heel. Okay, that's kind of good. So we're going to tweak that a little bit. I want him paying a little bit more attention. Come on. To what he's doing. Turn off there. There you go. Heel. So I'm just going to leave my foot right here. See, that is not good enough. If I allow that, it will deteriorate over time because he's trying to do good enough. We, at Paradigm Canine, don't do good enough. Amateurs do it till they get it right. Professionals do it till they can't get it wrong. But can't get it right or wrong if you're not crystal clear about what it is. So what I want him doing is not guessing. He's not waiting for me to tell him what to do. So watch this. If I just do nothing, can you just wait for guidance? Slow him down. He's a super quick dog. Heel. That is almost all the way there. I want him off of my foot. I don't want him wrapping around behind me. So we will slow him down, wait for the right understanding. Yes. And then we'll reset, do it again. Sit. Nope. Sit. Good. No. Come on. And just look at how jumpy he is when I'm trying to lure him around. I want to get rid of that. I want him to slowly and methodically be able to handle the food, or follow the food, rather. Sit. Slow myself down, which will slow him down. No. Put him right back where he was. Easy. Heel. So I'll have to watch that. Part of it may just be how I'm standing on the board. Yes. So I'll have to just pay attention as I'm working him through these reps. Sit. Okay. So if I tell him to sit, like right there, a little stinker, and he sniffs around first, sit, that ain't good enough. Scratching, that ain't good enough. That doesn't show me he knows it, so we'll work him through it here. Sit. Sit. A little help. We're gonna start that over. I don't like him walking. Again, with these doodles, a lot of dog trainers hate training them because they don't understand them. I do. If you let them put their little spin and twist on things, they're doing their thing, not your thing then. Sit. Yes. So, my way or the highway. We're gonna do it the way I taught you, not the way that you feel like is more fun or more convenient for you. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. Okay. One of the benefits of being able to sit, take the extra time that we do in the teaching phase, yes. If I had to hurry up and move on to like working around distractions and getting reliability, moving them outside and off leash and all these things, I would have to move on right now. I don't have to move on right now. Sit. I can continue to practice this until it's clear he understands. What he's showing me here is not clear he understands. So we can even back up all the way to the platform. Sit. Yes. Until he gets that right. Sit. Yes. Sit. Yes. There we go. Starting to get it. Up. Up, up. Up. Good. Sit. Yes. Once we usually go back to the platform a couple of times, dogs like him tend to just get up there and start sitting. Sit. Yes. There we go. Good boy. Sit. I gotta watch my hand. I put my hand in. Sit. Expecting him to sit because he was doing good. If he here's the bag, that's a cue. I don't want him cueing on. So that was a rookie mistake on my part. Sit. Nope. Sit. Sit. Yes, there it is. Good boy. Sit. Yes. So we're going to keep working him through that. Down. Yes, as we also maintain everything else he's learned. Heel. I'm over here, dude. That's going to need cleaned up too. Probably shouldn't have thrown that in there, but heel. Since I started it, I'll finish it. Heel. So we'll start with some help. Yes. Good. Sit. Heel. Yes. Heel. So I'm prepping food right now because I'm using food to help him get, yes, to the right position. I want to do a handful of reps with a lot of help. Heel. Yes. And then I will wait on the help. Heel. There we go. It's a little off. Yes. Still needs a little bit of work, but heel. Good boy. There you go. Yes. There it is. Good boy. Heel. So when we get into walking in a heel, which will get cleaned up over the next week, he needs to be walking right here. Heel. So we can't have all this bunny hopping, this stuff. So this is why we teach the position the way that we do. Good. Because if he can't get to that position while I'm stationary, heel. He's not going to be able to get there. Heel. While I'm moving. So yes, we'll keep working on that too. Let's go. Good girl. I mean, 2 platforms for you, huh? Yes. Good girl. Okay. Down. Yes. Lulu has really come out of her shell. She was very unsure the first day, just new place. Down, very reserved. Down. Yes, good girl. We are in the swing of things, huh? Sit. Every doodle, get your paw over the leash. Every single one of you. Heel. Good. Good girl. Heel. Good. Yes. Heel. We're gonna let her fix that. Heel. It's a little more challenging. She has to go off the board or she has to pivot tight. That was good. Heel. Yes. Notice how I'm waiting for her to be looking at me before I reward her. She doesn't have to stare at me the whole time she's in a heel. We're not doing competition obedience. Why I'm teaching it the way that I do, though, is I do want to make sure the dog has the ability to check in with me easily and often. Heel. Because there's going to be times, heel, where I do need her to maintain focus on me. Yes! Like if there's a reactive dog we're walking past or A lot of the doodles, they get obsessive over greeting people on walks and things like that, and that's where they'll pull and lunge and even become reactive themselves just out of pure excitement and frustration because they can't get to the people. If I need to be able to say, nope, don't do that, do this instead, I need to have a good, yes, behavior for this instead. So don't look at the other dog or don't look at the other person, look at me instead. Can your dog do that? Yes. Or have you taught the heel position as a simple, like, walk right next to me and don't pull? And that's, if that's the only, which, because that's how most pet dog trainers like to teach heel. You call it a functional heel or loose leash walking, whatever you want. And if that's what you've taught, you never taught the dog what to do. You just taught him a bunch of what not to do. Don't get away from me. Don't pull. What are they supposed to do instead? Heel. So after she's in a heel, good girl, heel. And let's say she breaks the heel and she goes that way. If I have to correct that, does she know exactly where she's supposed to get back to be? Did you actually teach her? Or are you just hoping that she figures it out on her own? We don't leave that up to chance. Good girl. We teach them exactly what they're supposed to do, and we make them love it. This is your happy place. Nothing bad ever happens right here. Yeah. Yes, good girl. Hey, buddy. This guy is probably going to be the slowest start, not, he already is the slowest start of all of them. Lots and lots and lots of inner issues, you could call it. A lot of deep-rooted insecurities. He was on anxiety meds. You know, we are weaning him off. Whenever I train a dog, I've been doing this for a very long time, over 20 years now. 100% of the time, the dogs do better when we wean them off. The vets don't want you to know that. The vets don't want you to do that. The only solution they have is drug them up and then go to some overly expensive behaviorist so they can throw treats at the dog and their problems are going to magically go away. Oversimplification, but that's why everybody that finds me with these bigger issues that has tried a similar approach are like, it did nothing. It did absolutely nothing. And your dog is just sedated all the time. Nobody wants that. So we're not going to rely on drugs to fix it. Good boy, there you go. We're going to work the problem the same way we do with everybody else. Yes, the process here works. It's just a little bit of a slower start. Your brother's mad that you're out here instead of him now. Let's go. Right. Okay. Stop. Everybody wants their turn. Patience is a virtue that most untrained pet dogs don't really possess yet, but they learn it here. So I'm just being really patient with him and trying to see if he will take some food from me. Good boy. If he doesn't, that's okay. We'll try again later. Miles is typical Schnauzer. He is a little stinker. Super spunky, but you are going to be competing with some perceived stubbornness. I don't really like calling dogs stubborn. It's usually a improper motivation is the right way to look at it. You know, if a dog is not doing something or if they're being reactive or barky at something else, that's what they're motivated to do. They're not motivated to ignore it, pay attention to you. So yes, this teaching phase with him is absolutely crucial. Heel. I'm going to be competing with a lot of stuff with him. Yes. A lot of impulses, a lot of him being like, I want to do my thing, not your thing. Heel. Heel. Super smart dog, but okay. The more precise we can make his understanding of these commands, the better he's going to do long run. Yes. Sit. Good, sit. This is also when we start teaching the stay, you know. A lot of people wouldn't teach the stay until later on, after like you shape it a bunch, get the dog to sit a bunch, and then you start enforcing it, and that's how you teach the stay. I prefer to teach the stay this way. Sit, where I'm not necessarily going to put you back into that sit. I'm not going to correct you or punish you. But wait for some calmness. See the stomping and a little bit of frustration. Nope. So we're waiting for an opportunity. Sit. Yes. For stillness, and I reward the stillness. I reward the calmness, the impulse control. So we'll do that again. Come here. Sit. Yes. Good boy. There he is. It's right here, dude. Good boy. All right, you didn't drop nothing. I just cleaned in here. Okay. This way. Told you. Stinker. Like to do things his way. Sit. Yes. What I'm doing is teaching him that he can anticipate the reward, and all he has to do is nothing. And then from there, we can desensitize them to a lot of the things where dogs would typically make a mistake when they're staying in a sit, which is somebody moving around and things like that. No big distractions or nothing. Sit. But I don't want them being super impulsive, so I'm not going to walk behind them just yet. Sit. That'll probably be a skill that gets taught next week. Come on. Depending on how he does. Sit today. Anyways, you got your leash under you there too. Yes. You can condition a dog to stay with no punishment. Sit. Just increase the duration. Add a variable in here, which is time. Sit. He obviously knows how to sit. Most dogs, every dog knows how to sit, I guess, if you really want to get technical. Yes, the question is, will they do it when you tell them the first time, and will they stay there until you tell them that they're done sitting and they can get up? Sit. Doesn't do anybody any good to have a dog sit that looks for opportunities to break the sit. I want the dogs just expecting that to be built in part of the command. Yes, good boy. Good. Oh, you're hungry today. All right. Yes. Dachshunds, left unattended for long enough, tend to develop all types of yippy yappy inappropriate behaviors that, yes, can often fly under the radar for years before people realize, oh, we got to do something about this. And it's just lack of leadership, communication, and understanding. Yes, we don't train little dogs any different than we do the big ones. They're all dogs. And what's missing is always an understanding of how to interact with a person, that there's value in it. Obedience isn't optional, which we will be getting to that more and more over the next week. Sit once the proficiency is here. Yes. There's still rules to this. That's why I like the platform. It's a small boundary, but it is a boundary. I'm going to put you up there, and I'm not going to let you off until I say yes. Yes. That's really the only consequence, is you don't get your food until you're waiting your patient. Sit. Yes. And then I start teaching the commands that way. Now, the platform means you get up on the platform. You wait for a prompt to do the command. Let's see if we can get him to lay down without me having to touch him. He was hyper-resistant to going all the way down, but a little bit of pressure on his back there. Nope. 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 Down. Yes. Impulse control is hard when you've never had to do it in your whole life, huh? I like to make sure that I have multiple ways, especially with these guys, to get them into the command. Yes. Those are what we call forms of help. So it ends up becoming multiple prompts here, where I can prompt you to lay down with the leash. Yes, I can prompt you to lay down. In his case, just by putting just a little bit, I'm not really pushing hard, down. There we go. Down. Kids are crying upstairs. It's real life, homie. Down. There you go. What a good boy. I'm not pushing super hard, but you see the resistance? That tells me he's also going to resist holding this position when he would prefer not to. You see how he is looking for an opportunity to break it? Yes, good. It's another boundary we're teaching. And I want to do it slow, gentle, easy, methodical. Down. Yes, there you go. At the end of the day, anytime putting any kind of pressure on a dog, working any kind of boundary like that, I want the dog to understand I am not doing this, yes, to be some kind of slave driver. I'm trying to help you win. Sometimes helping you win and get to your paycheck, to the reward, means me saying, no, don't do that, or I'm going to pressure you to do it. Yes. To push you in the right direction. Down. But it is all designed to teach the dog, yes, that I'm guiding you to the reward. So me and him are not adversaries here. Adversarial. Down. We are teammates. Down. So if he doesn't want to do it just for the food, that's okay. You don't have to. Down. But I'm still saying for this exercise, yes, you're only getting the food after you lay down. I just so happen to have multiple ways down to get you to do that right now. Now, over the coming weeks, and you'll see in the next video, yes, we're going to wean off all these other forms of help so we're not reliant on any of them. Down. These are all just teaching tools right now. Yes. Show them what I want. Good boy. Come on. Down. Down. You almost did. You were thinking about it. Down. Down. A little bit of pressure. I'm going to use as little as I need. Down. Get the food out of the picture. Yes. Good boy. Come on. You're almost there. Down. Yes. It's a reality of life. You don't always get to only do what you're excuse me, motivated to do. Sometimes you just got to do stuff. And if I need my dog to just lay down, because I need to park them for whatever reason, maybe there's a stray dog I need to go help catch or whatever, doesn't matter. Yes, there will be moments in life when you just need your dog to listen to you. Down. You don't have to be mean to teach rules, but you do have to teach rules. Down. Come on, down. This will take a few more sessions. Down, or yes. It'll take a few more sessions before he gets it totally, but down. You got to remember, like, this is technically day 4 of his training down with us. And we're coming off of a lifetime, yes, of not having rules, or at least not having to adhere to them. So, down. He didn't get this way overnight. Down. He's not going to get, yes, to be a super dog who is 100% responsive and reliable obedience-wise. He's not going to get that way overnight either. But you will get there in the next 4 weeks. Down. I guarantee it. Down. Nope. Down. Yes. Good boy. We'll end there.